Doris is continuing to make his way there to Roseburg. Pat, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, I've come across some of the emergency communications between dispatch and the officers that were first sent to the scene, and it's revealing to hear what's happening there. When they first arrived, the officers reported that the gunman was inside a computer science, actually that he was first outside a computer science classroom and shooting in through the door.
So today is kind of a crazy day because I had a whole different video planned and it just didn't seem appropriate when I saw what was going on in Oregon today at the Umpqua Community College shootings. 13 people reported dead and 20 more injured or hurt, and I'm not a news reporter. I'm just a guy on the radio who tells silly jokes between songs and makes YouTube videos every day. But I know, being on the radio and doing those things, so many times I've had to go on and talk about mass shootings and looking for answers and saying all the things that you say when those things happen, and knowing that it hasn't gotten better. In fact, it's gotten worse. According to the Washington Post, there's been 274 days in 2015, and 294 mass shootings have happened in this year. One is too many, and the fact that we've had more mass shootings than we have had days in the year already says that there needs to be something, a solution of some kind, or something that feels like something is being done, at least. It doesn't seem like it gets better. It seems like it's getting worse. And having lived in Oregon for so long, I lived in the Aurora community when the theater shootings happened, and having lived in Oregon when the Thurston school shootings took place, it never gets better. The way you feel about it, it makes you, it's horrible. Not only for the victims and their families, the communities are devastated, and yes, it does bring people together, and that is one positive thing that comes out of it. But a better thing to come out of something like this would that it just doesn't happen anymore. And what are the causes of these things? And trying to understand why someone would do this. The shooter, what I'm understanding, was a 20-year-old male and is dead. He's among the 13. And he had 4 or more guns that were his, that were found on the campus there at the community college. And I guess he was asking people to stand up and talk to him about their religion. And then some of those people were, I guess, killed. It's so horrible that we live in a country as great as the United States of America, and so many things are taken care of for us, and we take those things maybe for granted. But then there are so many horrible things that happen like this that don't seem to be getting better. And I just know that there's so many of us that want things to change. And is there anything we can do? I'm seriously asking a question. If there's something that I can do as a United States citizen to help whatever there's an emptiness in the people that are shooting these people. There's a problem with access to guns, perhaps. I'm not really sure. I'm not a person that tries to get political about gun laws or anything like that, but something has to change. And too many of us are coming on and expressing this so many times. And as I saw some of the people on my home TV station there, KGW in Portland, actually break up emotionally as they're telling the stories, I know that they've been there way too many times in tragic situations where they had to report on communities that they were connected to, and it's just sad. So I feel for Oregon and I feel for Roseburg. I have friends that are from there, and I know that community is very small and tight knit, and they all know each other. So I just can't fathom what they're going through right now. And I know these are just words, but I thought I had to make some video to say something addressing the shootings today. And I'm devastated that this continues to happen. And I hope maybe we'll find a way to get better and be better. I mean, maybe it starts with just knowing your neighbors or being better to someone. Maybe it's just as simple as that, starting to just be kinder to people. And, you know, we talk about bullying, and I don't know what is wrong with the world, but it doesn't seem like there are tons of people around me in my day-to-day life that I find that would drive me to a horrible place or make me feel awful. But maybe there are people still doing that to other people. Maybe this is a deep-seated mental situation. I don't know anything about the shooter at all, but I know that this kind of stuff keeps happening. In this particular case, the things that I've been told or have read that he was asking them to do before shooting some of these people, it's just what drives anyone to do that. And to try to understand that is difficult when most of us don't think these things or have these problems in our mental capacity. So there's maybe more research into mental problems, or finding better solutions, or helping families get the help they need before a problem arises in a person. I know there are plenty of programs. I know there are tons of things for helping people, but we just have to stop doing this. I mean, the amount of shootings that go unreported, even because maybe there are more than 3. I think that if it's a national story, it has to be more than 3 people reported dead before it becomes on some register of mass shooting. But if someone goes in and terrifies someone, and if you're in a situation, just because you don't get killed, I can't even imagine if you're in a room next door to something happening in this community college, and you're trapped in a room and you can't get out, what it must feel like, because you don't know if you're next. You don't know if your life is over because someone snapped that day. So what can we do? Why are people snapping? Why is there a solution? Are we just gonna let this keep happening? And I hope not. I hope we find something to help and heal the people that decide that this is the only answer for them to do. And it's very emotional, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. And if you have thoughts or any kind of comments, please leave them below. And I don't know what else to say other than I hope we get better. We have to stop doing this stuff. And my heart and my thoughts go to those affected by this shooting, the families of the victims, and all of those things. So I hope that I hope we get better. We have to get better. Thanks for watching.